Abraham Lincoln, the United States President from 1861 to 1865. Mr. Lincoln did many things as president. However, before we get into that, let's look at this U.S. president's childhood. As a young boy, Lincoln's family lived in poverty. Lincoln's family moved to Indiana and Illinois, where Lincoln helped his father with farm work and worked as a rail splitter. For his dad, he filled his father's woodbox, carried waters for his animals, planted crops, and plowed fields. But what about his education? Due to poverty, Lincoln did not have much education. Therefore, he had to read books like William Blackstone's Commentaries on English Law, Chitty's Pleadings, Joseph Story's Equity Jurisprudence, and other books to educate himself. Lincoln described his early life as little better than the life of an ox. However, this poverty isn't all bad. It is believed by some to have been one of the reasons he was able to become president. It is thought that his poverty and being self-taught let him connect with the non-upper-class individuals or those with less privileged backgrounds. Appealing to these people helped him win the presidency when the odds were stacked against him because he was not a nationally known figure and was going up against more established candidates such as John Breckinridge of the Southern Democratic Party, John Bell of the Constitutional Union Party, and Stephen Douglas of the Democratic Party. So, Lincoln faced many challenges to become president, only to get to the presidency and realize that he would have to face one of the biggest challenges he or any of our presidents have ever had to face: a civil war. You see, Abraham Lincoln was not an abolitionist, yet he did believe that enslaved people should be freed. However, he did not believe that they deserved the same rights as white people. So Lincoln's idea was colonization. He thought that deporting all African Americans back to Africa would solve the problem, but people did not agree with him, so instead they had a civil war trying to free enslaved people and preserve the Union. The Civil War went pretty much like this.
We North are abolishing slavery, and you guys also have to do that.
We don't want to because of our economic reliance on slavery. They pick our cotton that we sell across the globe for pretty much our money and our economy. And if we get rid of them, our economy's gonna die pretty much.
Well, the North economy, we're based off free labor, and if you guys continue to have slaves, that it continues to spread, then we will eventually, the wages will be so low that the free individual will not be able to sustain his life.
Well, we believe state rights, saying that each state has a right to abolish or keep slavery. We feel like we have a right to it.
Well, we live under the Declaration of Independence, which states that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. This is the declaration that we live under, and if you won't do it, then we're going to force you to.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will. Well, then that's settled it.
So after the Union's victory, the only problem was that many of the Confederates had a problem with it and believed that Lincoln was a tyrant who was trying to destroy the Southern society, and many wanted to restore the Confederacy, which leads us to Ford's Theater. Mr. Lincoln went to Ford's Theater to watch a play in the presidential booth, and when he was there, a man by the name of John Wilkes Booth waited for the funniest part of the play so everyone would be laughing loud and shout Lincoln in the left backside of the head. Booth's drive was to restore the Confederacy, and in order to do that, he felt the need to shoot Abraham Lincoln in the head. After Lincoln was shot, the people did not think that a theater was the right place for a president to die. So they took him across the street to Peterson House, where President Lincoln died the next morning. President Lincoln had an absurd amount of impact on the U.S., and he accomplished things like the Emancipation Proclamation, stating that slaves held in the Confederates area were free. He also preserved the Union through a civil war. By ending slavery, he stopped wages from dropping significantly, and he's fostered westward expansion, as well as giving the Gettysburg speech, one of the most important speeches given by a president in history.